Hi friends, this is Viarayan and I welcome you all to another video on an interesting topic, the respiratory system. If you are new to our channel, never forget to turn the subscribe button and the bell button too. Without any further delay, let's get into the video. Now let's get into our topic, respiration. When we breathe, we inhale oxygen and exhale carbon dioxide. The so-called exchange of gases is necessary for metabolic activities and can be considered a chemical process. Every organism, for an individual bacteria cell to mighty blue whale, undergoes respiration. This respiration is carried out by a system of organs known as the respiratory system, and the respiration in human is carried out by the system of human respiratory system. Human respiratory system is the organ system that involves inhaling of oxygen and exhaling of carbon dioxide to meet the energy requirements. Now let's see what the human respiratory system is. The human respiratory system consists of group of organs and tissues that help us to breathe. Lungs are the primary organs of the respiratory system which help in the exchange of gases. The other main parts of the system include series of airways for air passages, blood vessels and the muscles that facilitate breathing. Now let's see some of the features of the human respiratory system. The energy is generated by the breakdown of glucose molecules in all living cells of the human body. Oxygen is inhaled and is transported to various parts and are used in the process of burning food particles and the cellular level in a series of chemical reactions. The obtained glucose molecules are used for the discharging of energy in the form of ATP, adenosine triphosphate molecules, by the human body to fulfill essential life processes. Next, let's have a detailed look at the different parts of the respiratory system and their function. First, the nose. The nose possesses a couple of exterior nostrils which are divided by a framework of cartilaginous structure termed as the septum. This is the structure that evenly separates the right nostril from the left nostril. Tiny hair fossils that cover the interior lining of the nostrils acts as the body's first line of defense against the foreign pathogens. Furthermore, they provide addition to humidity of inhaled air. Next, the larynx. Two cartilaginous cords lay the framework of the larynx. They are situated at a point joining pharynx and trachea. It is also termed as the Adam's apple or the wise box. It is the portion which rises and falls during the swallowing of food particles. It generates sound as air passes through the hollow in the middle. Next comes the pharynx. The nasal chambers open up into wide hollow space termed as the pharynx. It is a common path for both air and food. It functions by preventing the entry of food particles into the windpipe. The epiglottis is an elastic cartilage which serves as a switch between the larynx and the esophagus by allowing the passage of air into the airway to the lungs and food into the gastrointestinal tract. Next comes the trachea. The trachea or the windpipe rises below the larynx and moves down the neck. The walls of the trachea comprise C-shaped cartilaginous rings which give hardness to the trachea and maintain it completely by expanding. The trachea extends further down into the breastbone and splits into two bronchi, one for each lung. Next comes the bronchi. The trachea splits into two tubes termed as bronchi, which enter each lung individually. The bronchi further divides into secondary, tertiary, and two bronchioles, which is again further divided into small air sacs called the alveoli. The alveoli are minute sacs of air with thin walls and single cell manner. It enables the exchange of gases into or away from the bloodstream. Next comes the main lungs. Lungs are the chief centers of the respiration in humans and other vertebrates. They are located in the thoracic cavity of the chest near the backbone and on either side of the heart. They are a pair of large spongy organs mainly involved in the exchange of gases between the blood and the air. Compared to the left lung, the right lung is quite bigger and heavier. Next, we'll see the composition of air we inhale. The air we inhale has the following composition: nitrogen 78%, oxygen 21%, carbon dioxide is about 0.03 to 0.04%. The trachea and bronchi are coated with ciliated epithelial cells and goblet cells, which discharge mucus to moisten air as it passes through the respiratory tract and also traps the fine bits of dust or bacteria that have been escaped from the airs of the nasal openings. Once the air reaches the bronchus, it moves into the bronchioles and further into the alveoli. From the alveoli, the formation of respiratory surfaces occurs in humans. The respiratory system helps in breathing, known as pulmonary ventilation. The air inhaled through the nose moves through the pharynx, larynx, and trachea back into the lungs. The air is exhaled back through the same pathway. Changes in volume and pressure in the lungs aid in pulmonary ventilation. There are two types of respiration processes in humans: external respiration that involves the inhalation and exhalation of gases; internal respiration that involves the exchange of gases between blood and body cells. Respiration in human takes place through the lungs. It is the largest organ of the human respiratory system. The air inhaled moves down trachea into the lungs where oxygen is exchanged for carbon dioxide from the body tissues. Carbon dioxide is then exhaled out of the lungs through the mouth. Next, we will see what are the main functions of the respiratory system. The important functions of the respiratory system include inhalation and exhalation of gases. That's all in this video, friends. I'll be coming with more interesting topics and facts in the next upcoming videos. Until then, thank you, bye, and have a great day.